lights are shining bright here at the spectacular SoFi Stadium in metropolitan Los Angeles. Tonight, we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the San Francisco 49ers and the Los Angeles Chargers. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Herbert takes it and just pops it forward. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game, as he'll lose yardage to start things out. 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
3rd play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And brought in by the tight end Cook. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Calling a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball.
And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Now let's see who this is on. So a costly penalty yardage-wise, as that'll move the football down to the spot of the foul.
And what the officials are looking for in these situations, whether you're playing the man or the ball. And if you're playing the man, you get a lot less leeway in terms of what's going to happen at the end of the play. But if you're looking for the football, it's less likely to draw the flag.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Play action. It's Herbert. Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down. Pass rusher extraordinaire, D Ford that time, getting the sack.
Well, here's where having mobility sometimes can work against you as a quarterback. He thinks he can retreat and outrun the pressure. But that time, they zeroed in on him and took him down for a big loss, partner.
A really big loss. Another try after the 1st down sack. Herbert. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Badgley able to knock this one through. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was hoping for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
And they'll run. This is Trey Sermon. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were excellent a week ago in that victory over Indianapolis.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
They'll try and run for the first with Sermon. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Now on 2nd and 13, Lance. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Here's Lance. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go out to the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The Charger drive about to get going. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. 2nd and 5 now. Herbert. And to the right side here, it's Allen. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Allen's first catch, good for a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately.
And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. Touchdown, LA! Jared Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. No return for Ayuk. That'll be a touchback. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Lance, the first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. It'll go as a first down for San Francisco on a pickup of 16. Lance, a give now to Sermon, and he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, sometimes as a running back, you've got to be able to improvise when the hole's not where you expect it to be. But in this case, there wasn't any improvisation that he could do that was going to work. Kind of like if you're trying to be a comedian on open mic night at the Improv and you run into a tough crowd.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 27-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. The 49ers with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 27. They give to Sermon out of the gun. And across the chalk into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Trey Sermon, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have cut it back within a score. Gold with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Charger drive about to get going. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
On 1st and 10, Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Herbert jet sweep as he taps it forward. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a 1st down, a nice consistent gain.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got him the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that one or two guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Now Herbert off the bootleg. Complete to Kelly. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
Herbert operating from the red zone.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 5, and it'll be a 2nd down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
2nd and 5 from the 8.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jason Verrett.
And the Niners are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. And I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. Do they want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
They'll run with Sermon to begin the drive.
And that won't buy them much room. Just a 1-yard gain to the 5.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
To throw, it's Lance. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk.
And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
On the handoff, Sermon.
And he's going to have the first down as he's marked down just shy of the 20.
54 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far.
Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first downs.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Lance now to throw. And trying to get it to Samuel, but it's intercepted.
Picked off by Michael Davis. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First down, Los Angeles there with a pickup of 14 yards. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Here's Herbert. Well, that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8.
And that doesn't have to gain big yardage to be an impactful play, because if you get those pass rushers second-guessing themselves that they might get hit with a screen, maybe you can wind up slowing them down just a step. And if you do that, that's a win for that play.
Third and 2, Herbert. Flush to his right.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. Badgley's kick is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So they recovered the fumble, but ultimately could not take advantage of the short field.
Definitely a lost opportunity right there. I mean, they were in prime position to put 6 on the board. Ended up settling for 3.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And with a little under a minute remaining, we'll see if they want to try to put a drive together, possibly even take the lead here with a touchdown.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. A nice little screen. They get 6 on first down.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe 1 block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
To throw again on 2nd down.
Lance, they'll run the screen with Mitchell.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
On first down, Lance. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel.
Touchdown, 49ers! Deebo Samuel, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Niners, if they can convert the extra point, they'll grab the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond.
Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
I don't know about you, but I wanted to reach out of the booth and snatch that pass myself. That thing floated forever up there. I think that threw off the timing of the receiver. That's why he couldn't get his feet down even though he caught the ball.
You know, Charles, I would have liked to have seen that.
Yeah, me too.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Out of the gun, Herbert going deep here for Allen. And that is incomplete.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
To throw on 2nd and 10, Herbert. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett. And the 49ers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway as they go to work with 12 seconds on the clock. Off of play action, here's Lance. He'll buy some time right. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And picked up by the Chargers. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line. These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
Certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time: completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake in the ball and knock it free.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. The final shot before the break for Herbert. And he floated one out there, incomplete. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting 49ers on top. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points in the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
From the 27, Lance going down the middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. Working from the gun, Lance. And Kittle catching the slant. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate. The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route.
Again, it's Lance. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
2nd and 10. Lance looking to throw it.
And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Lance looks to throw again.
And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 18. 23 yards on the play.
Whenever we talk about moving the sticks and controlling the football, there's a great example right there. Those are the 3rd downs you need to convert to win football games. We're in the 3rd quarter of this one, and this is a tight one. In order to maintain pace, keep the ball away from the other team, and put points on the board, those are the plays they need to continue to convert.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
He'll get 5 out of the keeper, but now it's 3rd down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard.
Now a handoff, Sermon.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Sermon.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
Trey Sermon
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Gold with the extra point, and the lead is up to 8.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
The Charger drive about to get going. On 1st down, it's Herbert. And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. they've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. He's up to 70 yards receiving now as that last catch gets him a first down. Herbert. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Maurice Hurst coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19.
Another try after the first down sack. Herbert. It's complete to Cook. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36. That one covers 29 yards. First down. On the give, this is Eckler. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers...
On Herbert, his 3rd interception. Picked off at the 25. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
Lance going to throw.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Third quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Here's Sermon.
And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
An extra quarterback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
From the gun, it's Lance.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. Here comes the 49ers punter now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this works out well as it'll kick out of bounds at the 11-yard line. The Charger drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. On 2nd down, Eckler. And he'll use his blockers to get this up over the 20 to the 21.
43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Once more, here's Eckler. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Running on first down, Eckler. And he'll work this forward for about 3. It's second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The Chargers on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball.
That one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40.
A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit, even for those big tight ends who you would think could absorb that contact.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
So now a big play coming up as the Chargers are going to go for 2. They'll try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone for 2. And this game now tied here in the 4th. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter. Getting down to the good stuff.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground. But I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
On 2nd down, another shot for Sermon. 81 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Sermon now on 1st and 10.
And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down.
Well, that last run makes this a 100-yard night. I've loved the way he's hit the holes. He's been quick, he's been decisive, and he's been a whole lot of fun to watch.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
And now they'll throw with Lance. Here's Mitchell with a catch out of the backfield.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover him before he gets going?
Now a play fake. Lance.
Gets this one to Juszczyk. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So that one a disaster. A big loss there with 2nd down coming up.
Shotgun now for Lance.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down.
Here's Lance to throw it.
Taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a first down. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw.
They set up the screen for Sermon.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Now we've got whistles and a timeout here. Yeah, it looks like we've got a 49er that's down on the field.
More from L.A. in a moment.
It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. Elijah Holyfield, his first touchdown on the year. And the 49ers have moved down in front. Gold to add the extra point. And it's good. That makes it a 28-21 game.
Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
5 yards remain on second down. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. I'm not sure he saw the linebacker there as that's batted down and incomplete. Trying to squeeze it in there at this stage of the game. You got to take some chances. Nice job to knock it away, though.
You're so right. Understanding where they are in the game, you've got to take that opportunity and maybe thread the needle. Unable to get it done there.
Finding Allen. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Herbert. And this is Cook with the ground. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Call it a gain of 14 for the second play in a row.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the fourth. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Herbert going to throw. Time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
First down, Mitchell. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. This one caught by Kittle. And some room to roam now. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Niners might be headed to the win column for the first time this season as they add on to their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. Here is Wisnowski to boot it away following the touchdown. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, That does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Herbert.
He finds his target, Allen. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And now it appears that the referee's been buzzed, and we'll get a review. And this being inside 2 minutes of play, everything coming from up above. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is.
He's going to let it fly. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Herbert to throw.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Throwing, Herbert.
Flushed out right.
Nowhere to go for Herbert, and he's going to go down.
Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. 4th down for Herbert. Desperation time. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They go down to a knee and a sigh of relief as they are into the win column for the first time this year.
And there it is, Brandon, taking a knee. They get their first win of the season. They're now 1-3. And I remember when a 1-3 start meant you didn't even talk about going to the playoffs. Nowadays in the NFL, you still got a shot.
Yeah, and a big difference between 1-3 and 0-4.
I think they're going to practice really well next week, riding this momentum of this win.
So the victory here for San Francisco.